Street Fighter 6 has been out for a little bit now, and I have been playing it, and I'm actually surprised how much I've been playing this game. But I wanted to talk about this game because I believe that Street Fighter 6 will set new standards for fighting games, especially, traditional fighting games. Because there are two major things that this game has done that might impact the fighting genre. So, for people that don't know, I play Smash competitive, and I haven't really played any other fighting game in such a long time. I can't remember the last one I played, but seeing what Street Fighter 6 had to offer and also trying out the beta before release convinced me to try it out. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that felt that way, So the first thing I wanted to go over is the different game modes. Now, I'm going to be using Smash Bros with these comparisons because it is a perfect example for these kinds of topics, As a casual player to fighting games, like many other casual players, the thing that fighting games don't do is, add or have something for the casual gamer like in Smash, There's so many things you can do in that game, Smash, without playing competitive and still have a good time. With Street Fighter 6, this is what they have done. Adding single player mode, the World Tour, adding special game modes where, there's obstacles while you're fighting, adding a 2v2 mode where 4 friends could play together. I haven't tried it yet, but there's that as well. And then you have the Battle Hub, right? Just with this alone, I can bet that so many casual players have been interested in playing Street Fighter 6. Sure, the story mode is not meant, to have an incredible story like other fighting games or other games that are focused on story, but it is a fun, for fun story mode with RPG elements, character creation, open areas, and just wacky stuff you could do around that mode, right? And that's inviting for a lot of new players, For me, I do consider myself a casual when it comes to, traditional fighting games, but not a casual when it comes to fighting games in general. So while I wanted to try the new game modes, my main reason to try this game was because of the next thing that I wanted to go over, which is the modern controls. This mechanic in the game is such a good idea for casual competitive players like myself, getting back, to try these traditional fighting games, or just for new players trying out a new fighting game in general, that haven't ever tried a fighting game. Just by having these new controls for players like us, it's so inviting into this genre because it feels less intimidating, and making them legal in actual tournaments is such a good idea too. This will make the competitive community even bigger than it ever was, in my opinion, because it just reminds me of Smash, the Smash Bros formula. You can like or dislike Smash, but the game design, the structure, it's so well done. The reason I say that the competitive community will grow bigger in Street Fighter 6 compared to the games in the past is because, just like in Smash, casual player will play those, for fun games. And the more the player plays these, modes, the more the player will understand the mechanics and how to fight and how to recover and how to do stuff like that. And it's like they're grinding the game without actually grinding the game in a traditional sense, Then when they feel more comfortable with the mechanics, the characters, the structure of the game, they will look at the competitive side and maybe jump into that as well, So this is what Smash does. People go in as a casual, learn how to play at least the basics, and then discover that competitive side and try that out. I really think this Street Fighter will be the highest selling Street Fighter that have ever had. And I'm really excited for all the new players coming into this game and enter the FGC side, and just to see how crazy these tournaments are going to be. Even in my region, they have some locals now. So I'll be entering that as well alongside with my Smash tournaments. So it's pretty exciting. I just haven't seen, a Street Fighter game be this talked about, and I've seen a lot of Smash players as well being interested in this game. And we also had Hungrybox, get into the tournament side of things. So it's looking bright for Street Fighter 6. But what do you guys think? Will other fighting games follow the steps of Street Fighter 6? I think once, they see these numbers and sales, they will consider adding more casual stuff to enter for, and get those numbers too, just like in Street Fighter 6. But don't forget to share, subscribe, and like the video. We need to get those subscribers numbers up. I would appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.